touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Go! I dial it in to the station. They talk about the Iraq invasion. I understand just a little. No complaining, it's a riddle. I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. I wish I was in Tijuana, sipping back an ice cold Caguama. I take requests on the telephone. I'm on a wavelength. I feel the hot wind on my shoulder. I dial it in from south of the border. I hear the talking of the DJ. They're trying to figure out what does he say. I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Radio, 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 radio,
Oh, the Mexican radio. I wonder how long that's been playing. I'm all by my lonesome in here. Everybody's over at Sav's and Vlad's. I'm absolutely positive of it. They're still going. I think I should go visit them while I'm waiting for Ryan. What do you think? Good idea? Bad idea? Let's go see Vlad. I'm in Vlad's. Gonna go say hi. Hi, Vlad. I'm Buzz Aldrin. I drink a lot. I talk a lot. I turn up and down. And to the lads I go. Let's see what they're talking about. Probably something pretty cool.
February 2023,
See you, partner.
around there. February 2023.
Hey, and check this out, guys. We need to come up with a flat Earth AI server where we could put in keywords from the past, like 10 years, and people's names, like creators' names, and it create a database for us where we can go back and look. And
Oh,
Hello?
he got
Can y'all hear me?
dropped. We hear you.
Can hear you.
I can't hear RG. RG just cut off real quick.
You dropped out.
are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
There
we're
you
here.
Okay.
Can't hear
Cool.
RG.
Did you hear about the AI idea I was talking about? Just real quick before we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think if we put our minds together, bro, we can go back and just have these things at a arm's length. You know what I mean? Like real quick, where people can't say, "Oh, you're wrong. You hadn't seen this," or and you can be like, "Hold on, now there was 20 people that did these experiments. Here they are," kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah. Roger Ledwell is in the house, nice and late.
Hey, Vlad.
Woohoo.
I know I'm a little bit late, but I had a little bit of work and stuff. I was over there working all night. So yeah, that's probably why I showed up a little bit late. So Flat's always got a little bit of it's got a show tonight, so I'm probably gonna be on that. So yeah. It's like
That's pretty good.
Sorry, I'm late. I had a transmission up in the air on the lift.
Roger
Yeah.
Ledwell always working late than a motherfucker, man. We love Roger though, man. So
Yeah.
guys, when we're mocking you, man, it's out of love, man. So Harmon, I know
Yeah, buddy.
Harmon's mad than a motherfucker. It's not what I sound like, but okay, sure.
Yeah.
Not what I sound like.
Damn it,
Oh,
man.
they
You
love
got
ragging
such
on
a
me.
good impression of people, man.
Oh, man.
I'm glad we're laughing at the end of the night, bro. Thank you for this, man. I
All right.
Yeah.
just wanted to come on and state my apologies, man. I
Oh
shouldn't
man,
have got.
you good, family. You
I didn't.
good, man.
All
It's
good.
It's all good. Tonight is a weird night, man, because I can't.
Yeah,
I
like
keep on
share
talking
that show.
about the
Hey,
police.
is it a full moon? It might be.
I
Yeah,
don't
we were.
know.
Yeah.
Is it a
Is it
full
a full
moon
moon?
or
I
is it
don't know.
like is it a new moon?
I don't know. I know the
Yeah.
lunatics come out on full moon.
Oh yeah, it's a crescent. It's a crescent tonight.
Okay.
It's a
Cool
crescent.
deal. Hey, I'm gonna jump off though. I'll be the first to state my goodbyes and welcome to you, Vlad. Appreciate you,
sir.
man.
Oh man, anytime.
And
Good to have you, man.
It's
Good
a
to have
I
you
know
back.
we get heavy headed, but I think that yeah,
Get
a lot
Brian
of people's
through
been
yet.
saying in the chat too. I need to start my own podcast, and I've been having that in the
Brian.
plan. So I might as well just jump the gun
He'll
and
be here soon.
do it. I'll probably do my first one tomorrow because I'm gonna get a fresh cut. I got my other buddy that I played soccer with in a wheelchair for years, and he's gonna be at my house. So anyway, I hit the vape too many times.
RG, you there? I didn't cut you off, bro. You cut yourself off. Mr. Super Sidewinder, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
My bad, bro. Y'all go ahead. But I'm
right.
gonna head out, man.
All right, family.
Mr. Sidewinder, nice to be on the panel with you, bro.
It
All
was
right,
great
man.
being out with you. I'm so glad you came back. Thanks, RG. Hold on,
Hey,
Vlad.
Ryan.
I want to talk to you
How's
for
it
1
going?
minute.
Yeah. Go
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
brother. Go ahead. Go talk.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm gonna stop this.
I don't know if you want to talk about this or not.
Yeah,
Are you talking?
everybody. What?
Are you talking to somebody?
No, I'm watching Vlad right now. Vlad and
Oh, okay.
Vlad and God damn it, Saab are still on right now. So everybody's over there. So I thought I'd just visit them while they were going. I'm gonna go over and see what Saab's doing. Let's see, where's Saab at? There's nobody in the stream at all that I know of. Where's Sovereign Soul at? Jeez. There he is.
Yeah.
Unchained
I
Mind.
know.
I think he's off though. It says he's live though. Well, let's see.
Heard about the Lusitania
Giannis is on there.
sunk by the German U-boats. Yeah, probably you've heard about this one.
Yeah.
Right. So the Lusitania was a civil ship, but was packed with the
Gotta
freaking
like and share.
ammo and weapons below the
Yeah,
deck.
yeah. Well, the German Navy had put plenty of warning
Yes, that's
in
correct.
the U.S. newspapers warning
Yes.
about passage on the Lusitania because it was known by the German government to be taking arms to aid the
Yes.
British.
And they set up their route
yeah.
exactly to the war zone. That's why they were.
Well,
they
they wanted it to happen to get the U.S. in.
Yes.
You got
involved.
some of a little bit of your stuff, if you don't mind. It's a little bit mixed up.
Sure.
Austria and Germany weren't fighting really. They were.
Red and Tosher in there.
It turned from France. It started. France got involved, and then ended up being Germany and Austria against Kaiser Wilhelm against the
it wasn't Austria. Yeah, I know it was France.
the French and the British, and they were losing. Now this is around the same time. Now you got to look at this. Is all orchestrated.
Yeah, it was. Remember how the Austria was involved? Because I forgot this
Hey, Lucas, how you
detail.
doing?
How the Austria was involved.
The guy. All right, so
how's life treating you, sir?
Huh?
How's life treating you?
It's been good.
Life in Brisbane or
Brisbane.
Brisbane?
Brisbane. Yeah, it's Brisbane.
I know.
Cool.
I like making fun of that whole name. Hey, Jeremy Bird's in the chat. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
Okay.
Hi,
The bird
Jeremy.
is the word. We had a nice little stream over on PJ's. We watched Terminator 2. You guys should have been there.
Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
Hey,
The
bird. I gotta say hi to Snyder right quick. The bird. The bird's the word. Have you heard the bird's the word? No. How does the bird word go? Bird. That's the garbage man, by the way. Let's let you know. Luca.
Yeah, that's the
You've heard of him?
Simpsons or Family Guy, right?
No. Garbage Men is an old band from back in the 50s, dude.
The bird's the word.
Yeah, but that's the Garbage Men that sing it.
So it's not from Family Guy or the Simpsons.
Family Guy just stole it, dude. They didn't.
Oh. Oh well, that was when I first heard it. It was from Family Guy, so I thought it originated from it. So, oh well.
Family Guy's old.
Yeah, Family Guy's old now.
30 years old almost.
Yeah, this is way before that. This is back, I'd say, almost close to 100 years ago.
You remember
okay.
King of the Hill?
I've heard King of the Hill.
I said,
Hank
do you
Hill,
remember?
Bobby Hill. I don't know. Do you remember King of the Hill?
From Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Do
you? Never heard it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. They haven't heard King of the Hill, so we'll pull up the intro for it at least. Let's see the intro for King of the Hill.
I don't even remember what the song is singing.
It's not a song; it's just a tune.
Yep.
Actually,
the Surfing Bird or something.
The Surfing Bird, yeah. Garbage Man. Yep.
That's the Trashman, I think it was, not Garbage Man.
Garbage Man. Yep.
No, Trashman, right?
It's Garbage Man, dude.
The Garbage Man.
The Garbage Man.
Yeah, men. Garbage men, not man. Garbage men.
Men.
Yeah, men, as in plural for man.
The Trashman.
No, we said the Garbage Man.
Yeah, but it is the Trashman, though, right?
It's called the band's called the Garbage Man. Yeah, but the guy that picks up your trash, yeah, that's what they named the band after.
Well, a garbage man can be a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
If you take out the trash, can be a garbage man or garbage man.
Yeah, you get garbage men in your town, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
I'm talking to Luca. I don't know what they do in Australia. I'm sure they have a trash man
What do they
somewhere.
do with their garbage? Burn it?
Yeah, they have the garbage truck that comes. Yeah.
Huh.
But the band is called the Trashmen, not the Garbage Men.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that one. 1963, right?
I'm not really sure. The year I wasn't alive in '63 neither.
Me neither.
I wasn't.
I was born in '70.
My daddy's eye.
Yeah.
I was born in the 90s.
Okay, here's the theme song for King of the Hill.
Late 90s. 1998. Whoa.
1998. Wow.
My daughter's older than you.
All right, I'm going to play this for you. Tell me if you've seen this, Luca.
All right. No, I haven't.
The same guy made Beavis and Butthead.
Mike Judd.
Mike Judd. And he also made Idiocracy. And what other movies?
Hank Hill was Beavis and Butthead, like Alpha Mario, or like the neighbor guy that was always trying to help him.
I hope I didn't get a strike for that.
Remember?
Wow.
Well, that was Hank Hill that he was talking to.
Yeah, Hank Hill is the same voice. He uses the same voice that he uses in Mr. Anderson in the Beavis and Butthead series.
Oh,
Same character. Yeah. He recycles his characters. They're pretty good.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
So, have you already talked about the Dateline again?
No, I just started again.
Oh, you just started. Okay.
Yeah, I've been on PJ's watching Terminator 2 till about 15 minutes ago.
Oh.
It was a good movie. You ever watch it?
What?
I think I've seen Terminator 1, you know, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. As he, and it ends with like him going into lava with the thumb pointing up. Yeah. That's
Okay,
Terminator 1, right? Not 2.
No, that's Terminator 2, dude.
Oh,
That's
it is.
Terminator 2.
Then I have seen it. Then I have seen it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, I'm going to look up the garbage bin right quick and see if I can find it.
Sarah
Several people that
Connor.
several
Sarah
bands I
Connor,
know have covered this song too. Like
right?
even the Ramones did it too. The
Sarah
bird, the bird,
Connor.
the bird's the word.
Sarah
How do you spell garbage?
Sarah Connor.
B-A-G-E, garbage.
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 Sarah Connor.
That's the next frame. That's the one for it.
It's the trash man. He's right. I'm wrong.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, but
Yeah. A point for
well,
me.
it's painted better. And it doesn't have half the rear engine, you see? It's got a different motor on it.
Are you fixing something there, Ryan? What are you working on?
He's showing me shit on the internet people are selling.
Lucas on camera. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Luca. We'll all wave at him.
Hello.
Hi.
Everyone says that.
Take my mug off camera.
Yeah,
Say hi, Buzz Aldrin.
Thank you for taking the ugliness off.
I'll put it back on just for that.
Ugly son of a bitch.
My beard. Lots of beard.
What are you doing to your beard, Luca? This is just strange, man. He's combing his beard with his fingers. He's got facial hair now. He's a full man.
Doing what they do in the movies when they scratch their beard and thought. I'm thinking.
Okay, do you guys remember these things when you were growing up? I gotta show you something right.
You can make it more.
Yeah, he says front end.
I used to put these in back when they came out.
XV920 34.
You remember these?
Wheel and dual disc brake.
What do you remember these, Luca?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah, they were antennas for TV.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Those.
That's all they are. They're lawn ornaments.
That's called Polaris Satellite Dish Company. They made these
12
by.
It's basically cable with a tower. That's all it is.
It's basically a UHF horn they put in there, a VHF horn. They call them L&B horns. They pick up radio signals just like anything else. You don't have to go to space to get that broadcast. You just got to aim at the right tower.
You just have to have a big enough spread and a small enough little camera thing to pick it up.
Yeah. Good times. I thought I was looking at that earlier. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Those are those kind you used to be able to get for $20 at the fucking at the tire place.
I sold those for, I think they were $2,200, I think, for the dish itself. And then the subscription, the subscription you get 6 satellite stations. Most of them were Christian or sports. So,
that's it.
Yeah.
6? Fuck that! Yeah. I wouldn't pay that much for 6 fucking channels. Fuck that.
Yeah, but they're 24-hour live stream channels.
I don't give a fuck.
High quality.
Why would I bother watching some stupid shit I wouldn't watch though?
Well, the thing is, they broadcast stuff like TBN. You remember TBN?
Mm-hmm. I could care less about it. I never watched it.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Trinity Broadcast Network, not Turner's Broadcast Network.
Oh shit!
I got you.
Those are good. Oh god.
There's more pictures of it too. I'll show you. There's a lot more.
Electric scooter. Fucking dork.
It's the same thing with these guys too.
Trekkies or Star Wars.
People are way too into stupid shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Those are TV stations right there. That's what you got, right? That's what you get in broadcasting. If you go to a television
Star Wars
back in the
Making it look like a
You would
fucking
see these
It looks like a
beside
motorcycle.
the television station. If I could actually get a word in. Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the standard satellite dish right there. Back in the 80s.
Yeah, and you still had to program it, and you had to have a fucking motor to move it around and around to pick
Yep,
up.
it has a motor right there. You see that arm, the sway bar? Yeah.
Yeah, just a little tiny little thing. So if it got windy, you couldn't even change channels.
You can see all the rest of the crap they put up back in the 80s and the 90s.
Garbage.
Yeah. These all they did is bounce radio up in the sky. That's
I
all
mean,
they
it was
would do.
great for people that lived
They
out in
didn't
the middle of
broadcast
fucking
anything.
nowhere that didn't get no channels, but other than that.
Yeah.
And then they got digital cable. Now you can get digital cable over the internet. You don't need.
Yeah, it's all landline stuff. This like SETI right here. This thing.
Yeah, sure.
They just broadcast that tone into space and hope they get a response back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, this guy like something. I don't remember.
Didn't they send a message on how to build a portal and how to fall through the bottom of some stupid machine so that they can pretend they went? Yeah.
Yep.
Sure they did.
And this is the way that most of the television was broadcast back in the 90s with these things. Like the big networks, the big three, if you go to any television station, you'll see them.
And guess what, Roger? It's still how they do it, except for now the cable company does it with a whole bunch of dishes and then sends it to you and makes you pay for it.
Yep.
Instead of you buying the dish and then scanning for them. Yeah.
I had one like that.
Same
It was
fucking
stainless.
technology. It has not changed one fucking bit. Same signal, same frequency, everything.
And that's not even a real picture there. Look at that
They
thing. That's
swear to
crap.
God
dude.
that
That's
they
CGI.
updated it, and they've got more satellites, and they don't use satellites. They're lying. Fucking liars.
Anyways, enough of the satellites. It's killing me. All right. Let's get on the Datelines. Have you ever been on a Dateline? No, I'm not going to Datelines. I want to go. I want to go look at all the timelines throughout the.
I prefer the date lines where you don't know what language they speak. That way, you don't have to worry about impressing them.
Yeah, yeah. You just bullshit them with your English. There you go. There was one video that stuck out in my head that I pulled up on YouTube.
I put them on there. It was like 6.
Let's see, which one was it? Why Britain is the center of the world. Have you heard of that one yet?
Britain is the fucking crotch of the world.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's the original one. I think there's this misnomer that my orange coat is dead, but no, it's just dying quickly. There's just a good amount of this going on. But I think this thing has a couple more years for sure.
Yeah, Nathan did a show on this guy, and he's a complete crybaby, really, to tell you the truth. He thinks that we're killing Mother Earth. Yeah, this guy.
Oh, God. Another fucking retard who thinks that we're doing the damage when the government's the one fucking negotiating it all.
Yep.
Stupid motherfucker.
Well, it starts at home, and it works its way
what
up.
we should do with people like him? Smack the shit out of them publicly. That's just what we should do. Just slap the shit out of them right in public and just say, you're an idiot, and walk away.
Why not?
That's all you can do.
It's
man.
against the law, man. He'll sue you.
Not
like
necessarily. You can probably get him to sign a waiver.
Yeah, before you smack him,
Convince him
will
that
you
you're
please
a
sign this
fucking
waiver?
lady and you can convince him to let you beat him up. Yeah. Usually
You'd have to
people
cut a deal with it.
they're like,
You'd
"No,
have
I
to
don't want to
pay
play. I
for
don't want to play."
Ooh, and my eyes are watering. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:39. All right, let's see what this crybaby's going to do.
You're on the wrong dateline.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's going to explain to you how the time zones all go back to.
He's not going to explain anything to me. He's going to explain it to you.
Oh, he's not going to explain to me. I already know how it works.
I know all of it. I mean, I don't know it by heart, but I mean, I know of it about it.
Well, you know how they set the world clocks out at Greenwich, right? You know how that works?
Like we care.
Well, they lower this ball down during the daytime in Greenwich, and it's set for 24 hours. And so when that ball hits, that's when the day ends around the world. So all time zones have to comport to Greenwich.
No, they don't.
Well, they kind of do.
No, they don't. Every country decides for themselves where they put themselves in the timeline. You and I both know that.
Well, that's what they say they can do, but there's only a few that actually did.
I swear to God, there's got to be like a whole colony of fucking lizards climbing up around in there because every time he comes out of there, he's got a lizard in his mouth. I think that noise is. There's lizards crawling around in that fucking go-kart cover.
Lizards.
Little scratching noises over there. And it ain't over because he's asleep in the chair right there.
Are they geckos?
He was over there. No, they're just
wanna take
bluebelly lizards. They're bluebelly. I can show you one. There's one laying dead over there. He kills them all the time. Yeah, he murders them.
Let's see if you can find one.
Well,
Show
there's one
us.
laying dead over here on the ground, but I'm not going to pick it up now. It's probably covered with ants.
You don't have to pick it up.
Oh, you just want to see what it looks like?
Bye.
Are you leaving, Luca?
Yeah, I'm gonna go now. I
Why?
might
You
come
bored?
back.
You got something else to do better?
Is that a threat or a
Yeah.
promise?
Maybe
Yeah.
I can make some lunch or something.
Oh, you should make a show out of it. Remember you were doing your cooking show, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah, we were enjoying that.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually watching that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a couple of them.
Shows. Yeah.
I don't know how many you did, but I watched 2 or 3 of them.
You need to find a new
thank you.
girl, dude. You need to
I
find
watched
a
you
new
make
girl.
ramen, and I watched you make pancakes or something else like
Yeah,
that.
actually, she left.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, you told us.
Oh, I did. Okay, yeah.
What'd you leave for?
Yeah, why'd you leave, Luca?
She got another job.
Oh.
So she's no longer support worker anymore.
Oh, okay. So she was your
Unfortunate. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Dude, I thought you had a girlfriend there.
Unfortunately, not. Okay. Bye
You know
bye.
what you should do?
Bye,
You know what
Luca.
you should do, Luca? You should find things online that have people that are like you, that are in, have the same whatever, from the same places. I bet you could find people that are like you that would be interested in you, bro.
All right.
You know that? I'm serious. I don't know where to look, but I'm just saying I'm sure that there's got to be some kind of group like that where people can get.
Say this, Luca. Before you do that, don't go to Tinder and don't go.
Yeah, don't go to one of those sex things. Yeah, that'll just get you in trouble. But I'm saying I'm sure that there's a legitimate one out there. If you just look around, I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I'll just keep going to the cafe until I meet someone.
Yeah, you
gotta be smooth about it, man. You gotta like bump into them and drop something and get their attention. Do a journey with. Yeah.
Bye
Or
bye.
pretend to have a seizure or whatever.
There you go. Pretend like you're having a seizure. That worked.
Okay.
That worked. That worked once.
Yeah, it did.
Wait.
Later, Luca.
Hi, Luca.
1.
He's gonna leave. Bye. Yay. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. Let's see what this asshole is going to tell us about timelines.
So, this is my desk. I sit here all day and I work and I look at this map whenever I'm daydreaming. I just look at this map. I bought this map off eBay and it was in like an elementary school and now it's in my office. I notice something every time I look at it that kind of irks me. That something is this. This zero, which is not just one number, but it's actually a corresponding line that looks like this.
It could be a 1, not a 0. There is no 0. 0 doesn't exist.
Yeah, 0 is not a number you can put on a map.
Nope.
I wouldn't.
Let's back up here for a second. The Earth is divided into lines.
No, it's not.
No. We put lines on
curved like they are on my map.
No,
and whether or not they're curved or straight has to do with this concept of projection, which is, I'm not going to talk about here. I've talked about using a knife and a globe back in an old Vox video that I made. But just know that the Earth is divided up into lines, latitude and longitude lines, ones that go up and down, and ones that go from side to side. All of these lines in the grid have a number associated with them. So for the up and down lines, there's a 0 point, and then anywhere to the right of that or east of that starts to go up from 0 to 180 with a little e next to the east of the 0 line. And then everything to the left or the west of it has the same thing, 0 to 180 with a W for west. Okay, that center point is the 0
You want to
point.
know what the gnome girl
which
is?
all
But you know what
east and west
you know what it
things
means
are
by east
measured.
and west? It means
The
east
same
of
thing for
what?
these side-to-side
Greenwich.
lines.
Hello?
If you go up from here, you're going to start
He's
to
using
go
a Mercator.
higher and higher until you get to
Isn't Greenwich
180
right in the
degrees
middle?
north. Or if you go south,
Like right by
you'll
Norway?
go 180 degrees south, which is the
Now, I want to stop him right there.
Where's Greenwich at? Where's
Greenwich?
the equal time? Is it right in the middle of the map?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought it was.
Greenwich time is not. It goes by the sun's
It's somewhere
circuit.
in the UK, right? It's somewhere up there in the UK or in the northern area.
It's in northern UK somewhere. So I think it's northeast of London somewhere. It's just a little place. It's not big at all. It's a college, basically. Yeah.
Right, but it's so important because it has to have the time.
That's where they keep the time for the day. It goes in circuit around the world like that. When that ball hits bottom, it's the end of the 24 hours.
They just are really dumb, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They just really are. They're just like, they like the dumbest shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just retarded shit.
Look at the size of Antarctica on this map.
And how is it making any difference in anybody's lives anyway?
It doesn't. If you eliminate like these.
Oh, according to all these statistics, oh boy, they can call demons and demons will kill people for them. Sure. I believe that. No. I don't fucking believe that. Horse shit.
So we got the gist of what this guy's going to do. He's going to walk us
You
back.
told me that once that they cursed me, and I said, you can't curse me because I don't believe in it. And they were like, fuck you. I was like, whatever, dude. If I don't believe in your shit, then it ain't going to work. And it
I want to
didn't.
see if he's going to touch anything on the flat Earth, though.
No. Why
No,
would
I don't think
he
he
believes
does.
in the good?
A lot of flat Earthers.
He's got a globular map, doesn't he?
Well, no, he's using Mercator. Mercator is behind him. Now look at this is the graph I wanted to look at. This is how they divide these time zones up.
It's interesting how those lines are all crooked. Huh?
And some of them intersect with each other around other places.
Around each other.
Yeah, how does hell that work? It doesn't. So I think that's where where the sunspot is right there in the center. That little red dot. That's where Greenwich is, I think. Yeah. See that mark in the middle?
So it is relatively in the center of the map. I was right.
Yeah, kind of. But you can play that center point anyway.
It is on the 0 line, is it not?
Well, let's see how far it goes.
Yes or no? Is it on the 0 line or not? Is it on 0 degrees?
Not exactly. No.
But it's close, right?
The center, I think the 0 line is right here.
Where I can't see where you're pointing.
You don't see where the cursor is?
Yeah, but it goes all the way down through Africa, doesn't it?
No, I don't think it goes. I think it goes on the outside of Africa.
What?
Not through it. Yeah, like around
if it was a line, it would be straight, though. It wouldn't be crooked.
Yeah, but these aren't straight lines, dude.
I know that. Obviously, they're not. Yeah.
So,
well, none of them are because they claim that the Earth is a ball. Therefore, there has to be curved lines on there, but they're showing straight lines. It doesn't make any sense at all.
No, yeah,
how can a grid exist on a circle? Doesn't make any sense. Unless it's between the circuit. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Locally flip. I think Luca might be back.
It's only locally flip.
Chicago. Yeah, I'm guessing.
How dare you call me Luca?
Luca was here just a second ago.
Who are you?
Do you see the timelines they got on the Mercator? Look at this shit, dude. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. What is that?
Those are different time zones, dude. All those separated lines.
God damn it! Fucking.
How do you keep track of a day like that? You can't. And see the center point, the big red one. That's Greenwich. That's where they set time at. Yeah.
How do timelines work on a globe?
It's not a day anymore. Remember, it's only 3.5 hours or something. Some more shit.
Yeah. So if it's center point from the middle, from the North Pole, if the circuit goes around, how does Greenwich get the main share of time at setting time? When you set the time in the north where the circuit of the sun starts, I would, and work it out from there.
Work it, baby.
That's weird. This is all political, by the way. Every last one of these things. There's countries that have their own box. You see them? Like, what time are they on? Whose daylight savings time are they on? Whatever you want to call it. who's
Kazakhstan time.
Yeah, their clocks are set completely different than anybody else's, and the sun doesn't pass over at the same time. Although it's already probably long gone by the time it got to the next time zone. So you could hide all kinds of land with a system set up like this. Nobody knows you're up from down what time it really is, right? Isn't it the Chicago song? Nobody knows what time it is.
Oh yeah,
You would know that.
yeah.
Does
The band,
anybody know what time it is? Yeah, I don't think they do.
I can't tell you
So what they did over on FED, they actually got Brian made his own azimuthal, and him and Adam Meakin were actually setting new time zones with the sun circuit from the north out. It made more sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, it does. If you actually just make a solid grid from the center point north out in all directions, and then you clock the sun around it, you could get a full day in process in every time zone he made. Go over to Brian's channel. He actually has his maps he made. They actually do work, but he needs a cartographer to actually go to the southern oceans and how do you put it? Survey the lands out there so we can get an accurate reading where the sun's going to be out there.
You're all right there, buddy?
No, he's not. He's hitting the ball.
I know what he's doing.
No,
I was doing it earlier.
I hit the bong when it had stale smoke in it, and it fucking kicked my ass.
That will do it. You should build you a gravity bong just to be redundant.
I've already got it.
The first time I hit one of those, I swear to God, I choked for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that thing about put me asleep.
And I got freaking higher than I ever got off shake, and I was really blown away by that.
Yeah, it's too much. It's more than one person should intake.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You make one and you get.
Well, yeah.
Like, come on, hit it, man.
It's just a big waste of.
Yeah, but when I did it, I was in my 20s, and I had a lung capacity, and I didn't cough that much. You know, now I take a couple hits, and I'll choke for fucking 3 hours before it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2-liter bottle and a 1-liter igloo make the perfect gravity bong, dude. They do.
We use the milk jug, but same difference.
Yeah. Get ice water. Get it real cold. That way it condenses the smoke even more. It hurts.
Yeah, I know they're density bongs, Mr. Bass.
We had to change the name of it. Why not?
Density
go to
bong.
colleges. Don't tell them it's a gravity bong. It's a density bong, dude.
Yeah. First time I ever done that, I about passed out and hit my head, but I made it through. But by the skin of my teeth.
I went to a party one night and there were 6 different bongs there. We had a 3-foot, a 4-foot, and a couple of 2-footers, and somebody made a gravity bong, and my brother took one of those Carvac they used to sell for the dash, and he hooked it into a respirator system, and it was just blowing marijuana through a motor, just sucking it right out of a bowl. Put the mask on and breathe.
Dumb. Oh, burn your nose and your eyes and everything else. Why would you do that?
No,
that's when a dime bag cost a dime.
Yeah, back in those days.
Well, yeah. Well,
nowadays,
just a medical mask.
Everybody else does. I get it for free, so it doesn't cost me shit.
Oh. I was only kidding. It's just so expensive now if you go buy it somewhere.
Today I spent $140 at the pot store, and all I got was 8 grams.
That's what I'm saying.
but it was all crisp, it was crystal stuff. It wasn't like pot. It was like, butter and some other shit. Yeah. A couple of vape pens. But that's the only thing I buy from the store. I get all my pot for free. So, I mean, I'm dead serious. I get pounds and pounds of it all every fucking 2 or 3 months. Somebody just comes over and gives me a fucking huge ball. Like I just got
Thanks for reminding me.
A whole 12-pack cooler full of fucking weed.
Jeez. Sweet. I know. I've seen it happen in person, live on the stream.
That dispensary weed, that stuff scares me. I think that's poisoned like our food
What
supply
I got
is.
from the dispensary the last time I got Northern Lights, and a friend of mine was a botanist back in Charlotte. He actually helped develop this strain before it got popular, and I got to try it before anybody else did. So that's what I get when I go to dispensaries.
What was it?
Northern Lights. You ever heard of it?
Northern Lights, gotcha.
Yeah, I got some right here. I'll show you. I got a free joint last time I went to the dispensary. Bought some gummies. Yeah. I got sativas, so I know what I'm getting.
I can't get it makes me fucking stay up all night.
Sativa, yeah. You need to get into couch.
Yeah, if I don't get into couch, then it not only does it not get me as high, but it just makes me wired if I smoke sativa. I mean, pot already makes me wired. Don't get me wrong, but it makes me chat like way more than normal. Whenever you guys hear me like online and I won't shut up and I talk over it, that's usually because I'm stoned on sativa.
Nice.
It makes me fun, dude. It really does.
And I got this gram right here, this dab. It's Northern Lights too. So, yeah, it was only $12, dude.
$12. That ain't bad.
$12. Yeah. Yeah, they had that too, but I've never had it, so I don't get it unless I've tried it. Dude.
It's pretty good.
It's like Heavy was saying, he didn't trust those dispensaries. I don't trust those. I got some lemon kush when I was in Cali last time. I smoked 3 of those joints, and I sat on the back porch all day long just thinking about shit. I didn't even move. I just wide awake, just rambling shit off to myself, thinking about everything in the world, dude. Nothing to do with me personally. Just I don't know what the kush is made out of, dude. I have no idea.
And then the hybrids, you never know which one you're gonna get. I mean, I know
life is like a box of chocolates.
Well, you get both. That's the thing is they'll breed two. They'll breed 2 of the same different kinds of plants together, and you'll come out with like half wiry and half stony.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know what's funny is that I've been smoking pot off and on since I was 8 years old. Okay, nice. I'm 51. I'll be 52. I know that's not a long time, and I quit for 27 years. So I mean, it's not like it was all the time, but I have smoked a lot of different kinds of weed. But I'll be honest with you, until this medicinal shit came around, I had never even heard of crystallized pot. The only thing I'd heard of is hash. That's it. I've never heard of hash oil. I'd never really smoked anything that was potent. Like my mom came home with some hash a couple times, but it was bunk shit. It didn't get as high at all. And I was like, "Why you
weren't doing it right?"
No, she would just get it from somewhere, and she'd bring it home. Like somebody give it to her,
and
I'd be like, every time she'd bring it home, it was always bunk. I'd never get high off of it. But the shit that I get, the first time I ever got a vape cartridge from the club, dude, I got so fucking stoned, dude, I couldn't see straight. Like, it literally fucked me up, dude. I was like, holy fuck, I only took a 1 hit, and I'm fucking baked, bro. Like, But then again, I was paying $65 a fucking pen for it, too. I was buying those fucking heavy hitters and those expensive ones.
The name of the dispensary I go to now is called Cali's. But the thing is, there's another one here called Green Dragon, which they have a better selection.
They're popping up everywhere around here.
Dude, it's legal. That's why.
Well, not just that. I'm saying when they first came out, there was only like 1 or 2 around beat, and there's like no competition, so they could charge like crazy amount on the prices and stuff. But now they're starting to get competition, and now they're coming down a little bit. I haven't gone to one in about 5 years or something. I quit going to them, but I don't even smoke anymore.
The first time I ever ordered anything like shatter or whatever, I paid $50. It was $50 or more. It was never anything less than that. And I remember it was really good shit, but it wasn't any better than the stuff I get now. But now I can get it for $12, $13 a gram.
Yeah, gram. Nice.
Yeah, but I have to get like the lower, the cheaper stuff, the stuff that's made locally or whatever. But I don't care. Shit. Gets you high. I don't give a fuck.
I've had a chance. I've had this joint for a week and I haven't smoked it yet.
I like good weed too, but I'll smoke the Bammer and then just put whatever on it. I mean, I'll make it go. Like somebody gives me a pound of weed, I'm not just gonna throw it away. I'm not stupid. I'll smoke the good parts of it and whatever. If it goes bad or whatever, then I'll just turn it into butter or something.
Yeah. Do you hand it out to anybody? Like you give it to your friends when you get it?
Yeah, my buddy comes over every day and gets weed.
Nice.
I used to like that. I used to like dabs because I don't know. Just because you could take basically a small little hit and be good for hours almost.
And you don't stink so bad.
That too.
No one
yeah.
knows you got high. Yeah, you don't smell like a fucking burnt joint in an ashtray for 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and like the dabs I'm getting are 30% usually
Yeah.
per gram.
I've
Yeah.
gotten
No,
some pretty high ones.
They don't sell anything less than 83 or 85.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was doing ones that are like almost 80,
I don't
90.
think you can make it that weak. I mean, unless the pot's really shitty weed, that's the only way you're going to get that low grade of a stuff. I mean, any kind of pot's going to the shit's going to come out of it. You know, if it's in there, it's in there. My buddy showed me that. He has this machine. He has this machine that he built. It's like a little cage, and you roll the dry weed in there after you get up to 200 and something degrees or whatever. You roll it in there, and the static builds up from the leaves rolling together, and it makes all the crystals stick to the sides, and then all the leaves will like crumble up and fall out through the bottom of the screen, the whole bin. So you just put it over like a dish, and you just turn it. And he had put a motor on it, so you could just sit it there, and he put it in there. And he goes, after 3 days of running like just shake and like, you know, leaves through it, he had this huge fucking blob of fucking like 15 or 16 grams of fucking crystal. I was like, holy fuck, dude. And it was killer shit too. I was like, damn, bro.
Sounds like keef almost, doesn't it? Don't they have to cook it to make keef though? I thought they did.
Well, there's different ways to make, you know, whatever you call it, distillate. You can separate it like keef. You can separate it, and then you can use different chemicals to separate it out without using gases, or you can use the liquid, you know, the propane or whatever. You can use gases like that that liquefy at under pressure, and then you can pour that through the weed, and that'll strip it. Or you can use cold water. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it, but the best way to do it is just like a bud smasher. You just take a bud and you smash it in some wax paper, and then it heats it up and it smashes it really hard, and it pushes out all the crystal that's around on the edges. It oozes out, and you just smoke that. It's called live resin. You know, like you don't have to do anything to it. It heats it up to the right temperature and everything, so that it's, you know, you can burn it or you can eat it or whatever you want.
You can take parchment paper and an iron.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean wax paper, parchment paper.
Yeah, I knew you meant.
So, Cubby, how much are you paying for the gram? And where
For
are you
what?
at again?
It's been. I don't even smoke anymore. That's probably been like 4 or 5 years now. But I was for a gram of what, weed?
Yeah, or a gram of dab oil or whatever.
I'm trying. Here, I'll just look it up for what. It's been a while since I think it was like, man, it was expensive, dude. I want to say like $80, $60 probably.
Wow.
Well, I'm paying like $30. You can get a gram here of the best stuff they got.
Well, yeah, the best. I can get the best stuff for about $35 a gram, but I don't need to, because I know that the shit that they make, the stuff that I buy, it's just as good. It's just not 90%. It's 83 or 84% instead.
I gotcha.
That's the only difference between the two. And sometimes there's a little bit of terpenes in some of it, depending on, you know, which one you pick, but because they add flavor to it to make it taste better.
When I used to grow my own, we'd make oils out of like the basic the shake and stem. We would press it and then drain the oil out through a sieve.
Right.
Yeah. We use a pipe. We just take a thread in a washer, press it in.
Dryer. I remember
we didn't use
the dryer. Like, why? Cold water seems to be the smartest way to do it, but it takes forever. It takes the longest process. The fastest way to do it is just stuff it into like a medicine vial, like a big fat one that, you know, you get like big pills in. You know, like they give you like extra cheap Tylenol and like 60-day supply or something, then they'll put it in a big ass bottle. Take one of those, and then you cram all the weed that you can into it, and you just drill a small hole in the bottom of it. Not in the lid, but in the bottom part. And then you drill a hole smaller in the lid, right? And then you put, or you cut the bottom off one side. You cut the bottom off of it, but you put the lid on so you can still cap it off, and you can use that as a valve. And then you just basically pump. You just buy, you know, like butane. You just buy a big three or four, you know, 30 ounce or whatever, one of those big ass cans of propane or whatever it is, you know, butane, and you just force that through that little cylinder, through that little hole, and all the liquid will pour through it and come out the bottom, and you dump that into a bowl and you just let it sit outside so you don't blow up your house. And then after all the gases blow off of it, you'll have just pure like weed at the end.
Nice.
It strips all the crystal off, and it doesn't usually take the dirt or anything with it. It usually, if you use cheesecloth and all that like properly, you won't have any dirt or anything in it, so it'll taste really good and be really clean. But it doesn't necessarily come out like 90%. You usually have to, you have to make a good strain of weed to make it that strong. But
you got to wait for a breath. Hold on.
So,
Go ahead, Gabby.
I was just gonna say, looking at their menu now, it's $65 a gram for their concentrates.
Wow, that's a lot.
And that's come down in price.
Is that for the best of it, or is that for just any of it?
That's for the concentrates, and then for
I can get a gram of concentrates for like $13, $14.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
What
I just got.
And half the time it has a battery with it. It's not even just the cartridge; it's the battery too.
And they say
I get the cartridge. I don't like getting other batteries. I keep the same one I got.
Yeah, well, I like the Stuzy, or whatever the fuck brand they call that is. It's called Stuzy. It's like a little pin.
I know.
I got one. It's really tiny, but they work fucking excellent. They don't plug up. They don't like every time I use it. I've never had a problem with it. So
Here,
it's like
I'll show you mine. Big. Yeah.
But I do also like the 810 threaded ones.
That's why I get the threaded one.
But I've also got some that have a different kind of thread on it that's like upside down from that. Connect to they're different. And I've got one that burns oil. Got one that has a crystal in it, and you can burn oil.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They got those, but they're a little more expensive.
It's like a little chamber in it, kind of like a pipe does, and then you can just put crystal in the bottom of it.
If I screw mine all the way down, it don't contact.
It ends up smelling bad, and all the impurities end up in the bottom of the bowl, so you can't keep those very long. They end up tasting nasty.
Yeah. Mine's called a Tropics.
Purity.
The thing I don't like about the dispensary pre-rolls is it seems like they burn up fast as hell, and then they don't fill them all the way up either.
Well, yeah, they gave me. This is a half gram I got left in here now. So.
And what's your pre-roll? How much is that, or do you know?
It was free, dude. It was giving me.
Oh, pre-rolls here. Pre-rolls run from $2 or $3 on up to $25.
Oh, that's cheap as hell. Oh, okay.
Yes, that's about average. So,
the other day, they had a bunch of them that were like older. I guess they weren't fresh, like they should have been, and they were selling them all for like $1.50, $2.50, $3 a piece, and I bought a shitload of them, dude. And they were cheap too. I loved it.
Yeah, I never got them that cheap.
The only problem is that you can't smoke a whole joint of that shit because they usually use the rot gut weed. It's good weed, but it's like they use the stems and everything else. They don't clean it very good. And so and they cut it up so small that it's like it doesn't burn right. So by the time you get halfway through the joint, it's so nasty you can't smoke it.
Yeah, it burns up fast.
It gets you fucking baked though. Yeah. Like sometimes they have like Chris on them, and then they have like, it's rolled in something else. It's like, dude, you take 3 or 4 hits off of that, you're done, dude. You're fucking baked.
There's a Dutchman going around now.
I ride the bike home the other day. He was so fucking stoned. He had to sit here for like 2 hours. He said he couldn't reach me.
I just wonder who's sitting around making up all these names for him now. It's like crazy how
That's what I was going to tell you. There's this Dutch guy going around all over the world right now as a Dutchman. He's in the trade. He's a grower. And what he's doing is he's going around the world getting the most potent weeds he can find and making hybrids out of them and making up all these names.
It's not about the weed. It's about how you treat it and how you feed it.
Yeah, I know, but he's just going around doing it and taking everybody else's work and making it his own.
Some of those clones that you get at the store, dude, those things have so much crystal on them. It's like you can take the shake and make fucking butter out of it. It's like, what? I was like, damn. Like you can I usually just take it all and let it dry out in the bag, and then I'll shake it and mash it all down until it's really, really fine powder, and then I'll shake it so all the keef goes to the bottom, and then I'll pull back and I'll heat it up with my hot knife, and I'll melt some of it together like into blobs. And then I'll smoke that on my weed and shit.
I never had to made my own keef. I grew my own weed, and we just processed our own. But I didn't make anything special except oils.
It's more difficult because there's a lot of biological in there, so it ends up tasting harsh, but still good. It gets you really hot.
The weed business.
You got like a grinder, and you grind all your weed, then you clean the screen out of the bottom. Oh man, I had one that was so full of shit. I had to scrape it out with a fucking knife, bro. It was all stuck to the bottom and everything. And I smoked it. It got me so fucking high, dude. And it tasted like so many different kinds of weed. It was really cool. Like every time I took a hit, it tasted like a different kind of weed. I was like, damn, this is interesting.
And a little spit.
How big is your grinder, dude? My grinder's only like maybe an inch deep.
Yeah, it's not even probably not even that. It's one of those medium-sized ones, but still, yeah, I just used it for a long fucking time and never cleaned out. You know, like
I bought
forgot
a dry herb vape. It was pretty cool. You put like, a couple pinches in the bottom, and you just, smoke it like well, you got to heat it
Oh,
up,
you're talking about
right?
one of those ovens that heats it up to the right temperature, and it
Yeah, it was called a
doesn't
PAX
it
2
doesn't
or
even
whatever.
burn it. It just heats it, and then you just inhale it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't it burn those heaters up though? They burn
But I'll
up a
tell you what, the best way and the way to get the most high and to get the most use out of any kind of pot is to buy one of those fucking what are they called? The atomizer things
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
that turns like any kind of like crystal or whatever, it'll turn it into a smoke.
Like a volcano.
Yeah, volcano thing, dude. Oh my god, one of my cousin's friends had one of those. She came over and I only had 1 gram of stuff, right? And it was like really good stuff though, right? It was like $40 a thing. It was really killer. She put one little tiny little dot on the end of a screwdriver and put it in there, and we got like 16 hits out of it. I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" She's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
they
that's
go for a
great."
while.
And it didn't even, there was no smoke at all. You just inhale it, and it tastes just like the weed, but it didn't hurt your lungs or nothing. But then you would just like literally almost fucking fall over, so you get a head rush every time. It was so weird, bro. I've
Yeah,
never
I
got
know.
like that before in my life.
You smoke that bag or whatever it comes
I am
with.
not paying no fucking $4,000 for that goddamn machine. Fuck.
Yeah, it was so
I looked online, dude. Literally $4,000. I'm like, oh, come on, really?
It was like the
What the fuck
sake
is
of
it made
weed.
of?
It was like the sake of weed. It was so deceiving because you'd smoke it and you would even, know you were getting as high as you were, kind of like you drinking
Yeah,
sake.
because it doesn't make you cough or nothing. You just
Yeah.
it's kind of like smelling weed. It's like smelling it instead of smoking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. And then you go to blow it out and there's nothing either.
With
Yeah,
that
and it's
new
made out of
little,
some kind of weird ceramic, like porous ceramic shit that when you put it on there, it just like soaks down into the ceramic part, and then it heats it really, really slowly from the bottom, so you get like hella smoke out of it. It's so fucking weird. I don't know how it works, but it was fascinating, bro.
I've seen it. Yeah, I got a friend that had one of those actually.
Fucking stoned. I didn't want that girl to leave. I wanted to like convince her to stick around for the weekend. I had a whole bunch of crisps I wanted to smoke. I was like, dude,
Did it work? No.
I didn't smoke like one little like thimble, like little bit on the end, like one hit that I would normally take, and it burnt like 16 hits. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what else did you put in there? She goes, that was it. I put that little dab that you gave me. I go, that's it? She goes, yeah. I go, there's no way that made that much smoke. She goes, yes, it did. She goes, there's still hits in there. Watch.
Nice.
Fuck, dude. Like, I guess it is worth $1,000 if you could literally, like, you put a gram in of that, you put a little dab on there and it gets the whole fucking house high. It's like, wow. Fuck.
Yeah. When I was younger, everybody wanted to smoke blunts and stuff, and I always thought that was just like the biggest waste of weed. It's like, unless you're with a big group of people or something, but to me,
Yeah, we
it's
usually have 3 or 4 of us. We hit a blunt instead of like one person with one blunt. That's
yeah. I mean, it's good to pass around and stuff, but I mean, by yourself, it just seems like
I don't like blunts because I don't like tobacco. I used to
that
smoke
either. Yeah.
cigarettes. And even when I smoked cigars, I didn't inhale the smoke. So
you don't like tobacco at all?
Smoking some cheap ass cigar that's probably made out of fucking, cardboard and not really fucking weed.
You don't get those swishers, man. That's shit. We use the Phillies, dude.
Primos.
Phillies make the best blunts, dude.
You're better off to get chewing tobacco and burn that because at least they don't soak it in fucking strychnine and all that other shit that they put.
Well, like PJ, he mixes tobacco and weed in his rollies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do over there. But and I guess there's something to say if you already smoke tobacco. I guess it makes sense to mix the two because then you get high and you also get that rush of tobacco too.
Oh, dude, the first time I smoked a Camel filterless was the first cigarette I ever had. I could not walk straight, dude.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I took a cigarette out of the fucking ashtray and puffed it and got fucking high as shit. For like 3 minutes, I was like fucking buzzing, bro. I was like, holy fuck, this is cool. But I never got that high after that, and I don't know why I kept smoking.
Yeah,
I smoked for like 20-something years.
Trying to get back there. Yeah.
I smoked for a long time. I don't even
Just
know
to get back on topic, do you see all the GMT markers here?
Yeah.
How do they divide that in between longitude and latitude? You get my point. Look at the lines on it. Those time zones go through other longitudes and latitudes. How do they actually make that work?
They can't. It's
no shit. It's a disaster in the world.
Yeah, it's a disaster because they just let every country pick what they want to do.
Especially when you got them lines that are going all over the place.
But I guess there are rules. You have to have a certain amount of people. You have to have an army and something else. I think that's what you have to have in order to get that.
How do you have
play the game.
overlapping timelines on? Or
I don't get it, dude. I really don't.
Because as soon as a country becomes a country, then the whatever you call it, fucking 4-letter, whatever the fuck they call it, that controls the world, NATO or whatever the fuck it is, they go in and they give them permission. They say, okay, now you get to pick what time zone you're in. So you might pick a time zone that's on the other side of the earth, or whatever, if the world falls. But it doesn't matter. As soon as you pick that, then they'll make it so. That's how it works.
It's messed up. Pick a good time zone, why don't you?
Of course, only the stuck up, weird ass fucking cunty countries did that and changed it and made it all fucking wacky. But that's all it took was a couple of assholes, right?
Yeah.
It should be easy to understand. It should be on by the minute. Like every minute you travel, it should be a minute. The time should change and by a minute. But instead, it doesn't do that. It only changes in a certain zone, which is like usually 200 or 300 miles wide, or whatever the fuck it is, or 3 times 69 or whatever the fucking hell they use. But
well, look at Iceland, for instance. That's one country. It has
it's not even a country. It's a bunch of ice.
Yeah, I know, but look at it. They got a time zone that goes inland.
And why is Iceland green and Greenland icy? It doesn't make any sense.
Ask the Vikings, dude. They were trying to.
No, I want to know why the fuck we still call it Greenland when it's fucking frozen, and why they call it Iceland when it's really green. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like calling somebody reckless. There's no such thing as reckless. If you're reckless, you never wreck, you dumbass. It's wreckful.
Regardless.
That almost sounds like rectal.
English is so fucking retarded, bro.
Yeah.
It is. It's like it has more rules than any other language. Like it's like one of the most difficult next to Japanese. And that's only because they use chicken scratching instead of fucking words.
I'm going to see if there's any more weird time zones. No, Greenwich is right there. You see the spot there. So it's marked as 0. That's why it's the center of the free world or whatever you want to call it.
But it's not 0 because if I lived 20 miles away, I could just make mine 0 and it would still be 0 there too because I chose to.
Yeah.
So there. Yeah. That's what I do. Is I want wherever I live to have Greenwich time. That way, I'm always on Greenwich time, and nobody can tell me what to do. You like the fart noise? I love that.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, the sun still goes across the sky at the same speed, no matter what time zone you're in. It's still going to go at the same rate it's always going at. So these time zones are irrelevant. Dude.
What the hell's going on between Brad and
Natasha?
Vicky? What's that about? I didn't realize anything.
Well, did you watch the rant she did?
What happened?
Yes, I did. That's why I'm concerned about it because I talked to both of them after that conversation, and they both didn't make it seem to me like they were pushing anything. I mean, yeah, they've mentioned damn video plenty of times. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in my opinion, I didn't feel like they were really pushing it. I don't think. I guess they did mention it, but they've been trying to get flats to show it. But I mean, and everybody else. But I mean, that's what people do, right? I see a new video all the time, and every once in a while, it's not really that great of a video. But I'll still pass it around and give it to people, and people will watch it and go, "Man, this is horrible." There's all kinds of holes in it, and I'll be like, "Yeah, you're right," but I didn't notice that when I first watched it. I didn't catch on. But
yeah, I got you.
What are you guys talking about? I'm out of the loop here.
Oh, Brad and Tasha and Vicky got into a little tiff earlier.
Over what?
They brought in a video that's called "The Jews" or whatever the fuck, Jesus or somebody. The Israelis were white.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, look, let me just say something right off the top, okay? First of all, why in the fuck did you have to say it that way? Why does it have to be the Israelites were white? Because that connotation is race. Period. There is no argument with that. That is the way that's said is racist. It's like basically all those dark-skinned people that live in the middle of the air in the desert that you're stupid because Jesus was fucking white. Like get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break. Yeah. If you live in the desert, it doesn't matter whether you're white skinned. You're gonna get tan, bro. I get tan. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking. I'm white. I'm still tan, and I'll get dark as shit if I'm out in the sun all summer.
Well,
but
PJ doesn't tan, dude. He's white. He's almost blue.
But I'm just saying. But my point is like, who gives a fuck what color they were? You know what I mean? Like that's all I was saying. I wasn't really like trying to pick on their argument because maybe they might be right for all I know. I don't know, but it's like, why would you care? And even if you did find out that was true, why would you push it in that way? Why wouldn't you get your own video or make your own argument for it instead of using somebody else's that makes it sound racist? I don't know. I'm not sure that Brad was trying to be racist or anything. I'm not sure about that at all. Not that I care, but if they were, then fuck them. Then I agree with Vicky. But I'm not sure that that's the way it was being presented. I thought they were just hooked on it, obviously, and they can't let go of it because they think it's true. So they're going to have to go around and share it with everybody they know and every live stream they go to and try to shove it down your throat because they think it's true. I get that. I'm not going to get mad at him for that, but obviously Vicky did.
You gotta wait for him to take a breath, dude.
I was just gonna say, that's the problem with chat. Sometimes it's stuff in text too. You can get lost in translation.
Yes, and like, fucking flipped around. Yeah, me and Roger had people get mad at us and for no reason. We didn't even know why they're mad, but people have gotten mad at us for no reason because they thought we said something. Like the other day, Lumpy was in the chat, and I said, "Don't mess with Lumpy because Lumpy's not, he's not a dummy." That's exactly what he said. And he heard something different, and he got all pissed off, and he was like all offended. I'm like, "Why are you acting like that, bro? Like, why are you talking to me like you don't like me anymore or something?" He's like, "Well, you fucking said that to me," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I go back and read it, bro. You might want to read it back again because I did not say it that way, bro. You just read it too quickly. And then he finally went back and read. He goes, "I'm sorry, you're right." And I was like, "See, bro, like, why would I do that? Like, if I was going to call you out, I would invite you on the show, or I'd call you, or I'd get a hold of you and say, dude, I think you're wrong. I wouldn't just hint to you like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I would, but it just doesn't seem like me."
Short, like fuses over stupid shit, dude. None of it was it's taken out of context, is what it is.
Yeah, it's all.
But since he dropped it just as quickly as I did, I don't care anymore. I don't bother.
He dropped it. He was fine. Yeah.
And if somebody wants to push a dumb thing, even if it's racist, I don't care. But I'm not going to call them racist because they're curious. Maybe it's true. I don't know. Maybe that's what they really believe. But I just don't think there's anything to that. I think that's bullshit, and I think it's deliberately targeted to make people get triggered about race.
That word doesn't have much meaning.
When you told me that all my fucking ancestors were black and that my skin just turned white somehow, I would get pissed off at you and call you a racist too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that's just how I would react. And I know I'm just a Yank and us Yankees don't understand things and we're brainwashed better than most. But you know what? It is what it is. We can't help it. We're brainwashed because of our government, and so are you guys. You just don't realize it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we've woken up to an extent, but we haven't woken up to everything yet. Trust me.
No.
Because I've talked about shit every fucking week for months, and no one ever hits on it. And then years later, somebody wants to put it on their fucking live stream. I'm like, really, motherfucker? I've been trying to shove that shit up your ass for fucking 6 years, and now you finally want to put it on the show. And you're bringing some jackass to talk about it when I'm the one that was telling you it. Like, really?
Did anybody watch the short that Sean put out with Duffy talking about the sun never changing angular size and the sunspots change all the time and stuff? He didn't
Maybe
realize
I don't remember.
Yeah,
the sunspots are on.
That's a show. You probably saw it.
They're on an 11-day cycle. Like the sunspots start changing every 11 days or something. They move.
Fucking matter, dude. Oh my god.
I know, but yeah, the point is
the fucking sun. Who gives a fuck?
Well, he's trying to say that the sun hasn't changed since it's getting smaller over time, but not in our lifetime. But the sunspots change.
The point of light, you fucking morons. It's not.
No, but the thing is,
dumbass.
It's been documented. We've already documented changing angular size. Sunspots are in an 11-year cycle. Supposedly,
it's just a representation of spiritual light. It's not real. It's an imaginary thing that lights the world.
I'm just trying to say that he's saying it does change and it is a ball of gas and it's got sunspots.
An eyebrow. Yeah, because there's no way you could know that.
He doesn't know what it's been documented, what the cycles are and stuff. And he's trying to say that proves the globe Earth supposedly.
Well, considering no one's been to space or even seen any of these things up close, I doubt highly anybody has the market cornered on understanding any of it. Do you?
Yeah, but I mean, basic astronomers actually have documented the sunspots, and
especially most flat earthers.
Well, we spent 2 years documenting the sun and its size, angular change during the year, so
And
we
what
have
good?
it all documented.
And what good
So,
did it do it?
well, it
We
proves
see
that it
you
actually
flat,
moves.
right?
The sun moves, we don't move. That's what it shows.
I
Were
know,
you
but
going to show that short?
once you understand that the Earth's
For it, I
flat
can't
and
find it.
it's not what
Oh.
they say it is, then how do you have to keep reminding yourself? I don't know.
I'm doing it for the public's sake because there's a lot of people that are coming into this arena that aren't.
I understand that. But sometimes it just feels
up
like
to date on
we're beating a horse. We're beating a dead horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I prefer the one-on-one approach. I prefer just going into a random chat room and just start talking to somebody when it's not, the topic isn't flat Earth, and then bring the subject into it somehow. That's the best way to share it, because then they're not expecting you, and they're not defensive, and they're not bringing in their bias right from the start. You can catch them off guard and get them to be honest with you and be a human being with you before you start that conversation. But when you start the conversation with the Earth's flat and you're wrong, they're not going to listen to you.
Do you hear me
guarantee 99.9% of the people that come in, they don't listen to a fucking word we say, because they're so full of their own fucking ideas and their own egos. They're never going to listen.
Yeah, but the people that are actually coming into this room looking for something want to get validated
Our
information.
normies, they're mostly normies that don't know anything, right? They're just still trying to figure it out. But
Well, you can't blanket everybody, but yeah.
I
know what
also,
you're saying.
don't have any data to support any of that. I'm just assuming, right, that there's different groups and cliches that they're involved in, people that follow us or whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't follow me. You know, you guys do, so I don't know. You know, it's like
I don't follow you. You're
I'm always
just here.
here
No,
because
I'm
I'm
just
part of the show. So it's like hard for me to think about it the same way you guys do. You know what I mean?
Well, the whole thing, like, I'll give you what happened last night. I went into politics server. I went in there, and we're dealing with people who are bringing dead arguments in that we kill. So what we're doing, we're presenting evidence in the politics server that validate flat Earth. That's basically the whole point to it. We're showing our evidence to support our claims.
Yes.
We're taking their old manufactured crap that they've done in the past, and we're just throwing it out, like showing you how they did it and how they make it seem like it's real.
I got a question. I got a question. Does any of you guys or anybody in chat, does anybody ever go troll Globe channels? Just out of curiosity. You do?
I have on Facebook, when I first got into the movement, kind of, you might say, I would go into Simon Dan and Bob the Science Guy's Facebook pages, and I would actually correct what they're telling everybody and give them the valid videos and information, dude. And, and people were listening to me, dude. They were honest. I wasn't trying to.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah, I had 2 or 3 of them actually come out and become flat earthers, dude.
Where are they now? Where are they now? Are they still hanging around?
I don't know. They're on Facebook. They're still my friends.
I just think it's a big waste of time. Like, I don't know.
I think it's a waste of time, but there are times where I'm proven wrong. So every once in a great while, we do get a hold of somebody that actually does hear us. But
I mean to go troll other people's channels. I'm saying.
Well, I wasn't really just being a troll necessarily. I was just correcting
make a
them
show
on
out of just trolling other channels, but I don't see the point of it. It's just, to me, it's just stupid. I don't really care about what they think. If they want to believe the wrong shit, I don't care. I don't want to
talking about. I wasn't handing out beliefs. I was handing out knowledge, dude.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, that's where I'm coming from. I don't really care what they believe. If they want to be stubborn and act stupid and believe lies, even though they know the truth, let them. It doesn't bother me a bit.
Yeah.
But what makes me mad is when they come and they try to make me look bad in front of a group of their friends when God knows they have no evidence for any of it. But yet they'll argue. That makes me angry because you don't have a right to do that. Why would you troll me when I don't do the same to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't do it to you, then you don't deserve to do it to me.
Well, like most of the ones on their side, like let's say Flat Earth Math. You know who that is, right? Matthew Learns. It's not his real name, but he literally comes in and he concedes to every one of our points, and then he'll turn around and he'll start preaching the globe within like 15 minutes.
Well, that's like Luca.
Yeah. But you know what? When I showed him some NASA footage, he couldn't see it any more than he couldn't see the problem with the video any more than Luca could. I had him and Luca both in the same room, and I threw shit at him for fucking almost 4 hours. And at the end of 4 hours, I threw all this. I mean, I had a whole shitload of evidence, bro. Like literally, like right there on the fingertips. And they wouldn't fucking accept any of it. None of it. They just argued with every fucking detail of it. And I was just like, dude, this is not me. This is not what I'm doing. I'm not doing this. I'm not wasting my time when there's people like this. If that's what there is, then I'm going to make sure they're not that before I waste my time. Because I've spent weeks on people, and then they just laugh at me like, oh, you thought I was going to convert, huh? You know, like doing that to me, you know, like it was deliberate. Like they knew I was right, but they just aren't going to convert because that's what they do. They just argue with you and tell you you're wrong, even though they know you're right.
They got a lot of pride in that because of the knowledge that they were taught.
They get paid to do that. They get paid to just try to frustrate you and ruin your show.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes logical sense. For them to go to all the rate they go, like especially like McToon, he goes through a lot of trouble. And he has people in his groups that do all the hacking. He doesn't do it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he has them do it. And I've heard him talking about it on his show. Now I have listened to his show, but no, I don't usually talk to them. No. Because I don't need them to accept me. I don't need them to hear anything because I know they already know what I've done. I have to tell them. They already know it. All those motherfuckers do. They know
Yeah,
the
I'm waiting
truth.
for that short still.
You know what I'm saying? But they're playing a game. That's why it's fun to them. That's why they enjoy trolling you because it's just right on top of it because they know they won't get in trouble because they're protected. You know, they work for the government technically, so the government's not going to pursue anything against them unless they do something really dumb or they really break a big law. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they'll just allow them to troll you and fuck with you. They don't care. You try to sue them now, they might change their mind, but you know what I mean? That might be different. But yeah, on the norm, they're just going to think you're just some dumbass that's too scared and too stupid to fucking fight.
Well, the idea that I'm a dumbass, I'll break down any claim I get. Like I had a guy come in and claim that gravity meters.
I would prefer to let them believe I'm a dumbass. Because
I'm not trying to. The point is that
because they want to try to make me think like them, and
I'm not trying to get people to troll me, dude. I'm trying to
I know,
snap
but
them
I'm
out
just
of it.
saying, sometimes that's what happens, though.
It doesn't always happen.
I know, but
well, I'll give you for instance. Some guy came in to the politics server, and he was. I'm gonna try to talk now. I'm gonna give it a shot. He claimed that gravimeters or gravimeters prove gravity is a real thing, and his evidence for it was during electrical storms and near high mountain ranges. They actually show what is predicted for gravity, but it's only places that do. And I broke it down.
It's in a pocket that predicts things, and he thinks that makes it true. Okay, whatever.
Well, it's not just in a pocket, dude. This is a mainstream tool they use now, a gravimeter. And
wasn't that what that Wesley guy was talking about on Sobs the other night?
A plumb bob,
pretty much.
All they need is a plumb bob. That's all, and they know it.
What we're talking about is the weight of the air that's surround it. Basically air pressure. So it's basically an air pressure gauge that says gravity on it. It has a G on it. It's just it's a barometer. It's like an electronic barometer.
No, because the force that pulls on it is different. It changes, and it can be manipulated. So therefore, gravity isn't a good word to even call it, because gravity means that it's like this force that holds everything to the earth, and that's different. But if you just say that, well, gravity is the downward pull, then that's completely different because gases act differently depending on how much they stack, how much pressure, how much volume there is inside of the pressure system. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that can change that, right? So I don't think anybody.
Well, the thing that's changing it with the gravity meter near the mountain ranges are the heavy irons and magnetics that are near the mountain ranges, and the thing that was changing in the storms is the electricity in the air, in the electrical storms.
Right. That stuff exists all around you all the time. It's just in small amounts that you don't notice because you're not measuring small amounts.
Yeah. So they say it changes in that area because
they're showing you large amounts of being measured, and they're telling you this.
Never get this out. Well,
I'm sorry.
Because mountains are a mass and it attracts more mass, so therefore the gravity is stronger toward the mountain range. That's what they're saying. Right. It's not. Yeah, I know. I broke it down for them right there on the spot. So it's the whole point is that if I can produce that kind of intellectual prowess to them, they won't think, hey, this guy is not thinking about what we're saying, they're just accepting what people tell them instead of actually applying what you know to the circumstances.
Yeah. I think every supposed debate that I've watched or been involved with or been in the room with in the last 5 years, I think once somebody actually showed up and had physical evidence for everything that they brought to talk about. One time. And it wasn't a fucking flat earther.
Who was it?
I can't remember the dude's name. He's not around anymore, but I know he was popular though. Anyway, doesn't matter.
What was his
But,
point? What was the proof?
well,
What was the evidence?
his findings were wrong, but he actually had physical evidence to actually show where he got his ideas from. And I thought that was fucking pretty cool because I don't ever see flat earthers do that, and I think we should. Why not? We have to follow the same fucking shit that they do. We can't go around half-assing.
Really do.
I know you do, but I'm saying a lot of people in this community don't fucking do that. They don't follow the rules. They don't get into the numbers and learn how to use them, and then they try to sit there and say, "Oh, well, this is not true," and they don't fucking know what they're talking about most of the time. But and besides that, everything that they have for the globe is all based on theories. Every bit of it. It's all based on theological fucking science, which is horseshit.
Pseudoscience.
It's a fucking
crap.
Yeah, it's like studying why animals fart. No one fucking cares. You know what I mean? If it's not,
I can tell you why animals fart, but
don't care why animals fart. Who cares why? Maybe because they eat funny food. Maybe it's because their stomachs suck. I don't know. But who gives a fuck? You know, like I don't. It's not important to me to find out that kind of detail because it doesn't help me. You know what I mean? It's not going to make people more convinced. Now, the fact that the map is wrong, that should be convincing by itself. I shouldn't have to show you anything but that. Just show you how the map changes the size of the fucking continent. That's enough to prove to you that they lie about the shape of everything. Because that's actual evidence, physical evidence. They literally lie about it, and then they tell you that they lied. So it's not like that. It's not like they don't admit they lie to you all the time. So whenever I go and I say, well, I don't believe what the government says because they're going by this bullshit line, which we all know is just a bunch of shit, then why would I waste my time listening to anything they say about anything, about medicine, about anything, like literally anything. Exactly. But
I don't even go to doctors, dude.
The people that we deal with in this community do.
I'm sorry for them, but that's on them. I'll give you for instance, when I got involved in the flat Earth community, I was under the tutelage of a guy named 10th Man. What he did is he took all the nautical books and celestial navigation books and atlases, and he broke it all down into flat measurements.
Right. Yeah. All maps are flat anyway. You don't have to really break it down. It's already
but
flat.
he actually took their diagrams, their measurements, and show you how they are all flat measurements. And I've been through a couple of courses on celestial navigation.
For me, though, there's only like 3 really good arguments for or against it. You know what I mean? That is that water remains flat, that the reflection in the water remains perfect. It's an exact reflection. It doesn't change. Therefore, it's not curved. It doesn't curve over a long distance. That's all bullshit because of that reason. Because you wouldn't see a perfect mirror reflection of something if it was curved. Now, would you? But they claim that's true. But that's actual physical evidence against it. It's beyond the shadow of a doubt, unarguable evidence that they're full of shit. That's why that's the only evidence I ever use is shit that I know beyond the shadow of a doubt is just evidence. I don't have to sit there and explain why that's relevant or why that explains that the Earth's flat. I don't need to. It's so obvious. It's right there in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot like the Globies, most of them, they won't see that. You have to break it down where they get their measurements.
Want to, and as long as they don't want to hear me, I'm not going to waste my time and feed it to them.
As long as there's somebody out there listening that might catch this and understand why they do it.
And those Globies that we talk to are not generally ever going to listen. But maybe people that are listening to that conversation will. That's what's more important. You're right.
I'll give you a for instance. Well, not a for instance, but I've had a raw staunch Globie that's actually in this community come in this channel, and I've literally walked them through most of celestial navigation and dead reckoning and circumnavigation, and they conceded to everything I told them live on this show.
The reason why I'm arguing this and why I'm being a stickler about it, Roger, is not because I think you're doing anything wrong. Don't take it that way. It's not. I'm not judging you. It's just I'm saying in general, this is how I feel about it. It has nothing to do with how you do or anything like that. I'm just saying this is just my opinion. But at the same time, I know that my opinion is logical because this is what I think like everybody else does. I'm not crazy. I'm not weird. when it comes to that. I think logically like everybody else does. So when I see like a bunch of things swimming in the water, I know that more than likely I could probably swim in that water too. I don't need to go test to make sure there's not poison in it because there's other things swimming in there and they're not dying, right? So there's ways I can find out information. I don't necessarily need to know everything. I can know enough and I could be intelligent and logical and I could still find my way through issues like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I like that when they put out claims and stuff like taboo conspiracy, like back in the day when they were talking about high altitude and curvature and stuff, he would actually take their videos and take them apart in real time and explain why you're getting the effects you're getting and what they're doing to manipulate it. He does the numbers.
It's like
Ben is a numbers guy.
Reversing
like
the
distance
is good enough for me. That convinced me. I was like, damn, it's flat whenever they change it back. I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about it that. And I knew
if
how
you reverse the
worked.
refractive formulas, everything does measure flat. The refractive formulas actually.
I already knew that, but for some reason, I still thought that there was some way that, like when I did believe in the globe, even though it wasn't very long, I was still young when I believed it, but I still contemplated it for a while before I actually made the decision that I'm all flat. You know what I mean? Like, and that wasn't until, I don't know, probably 1980 90 something or something when I really just decided that I thought it was really flat and that it was enclosed, But I didn't know anything about pressure or any of that then. I didn't know anything about science to know that science was wrong about it. I thought maybe science was right about most things, and that's how they convinced people to believe it, was that because it was so similar that they were able to convince smart people that it was relevant, even though it was just theorizing shit. It was just trickle the way they say shit. It's magic, right? Slide of fear.
You got to believe it. You really do.
Yeah, exactly. You have to just want to believe it, and that's basically what I tried to do. That I did. I tried to want to believe it, but it never made any sense. And every time I watched space flights and all, there was always things about it that didn't make sense to me, that looked fake to me, and I didn't know why. I just knew something was wrong with it. And I always got mad because everybody would tell me, "Oh, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's fucking space flight, man. Get over it." And
I don't like that knee-jerk reaction, dude.
It's like, well, if you believe it that wholeheartedly and there's really nothing to prove it, then how the fuck are you still, like, how are you so confident? Like, that's what got me the most is like, why are people that believe in these theories like that, why are they so confident in them? And then I realized that literally it's because, schools are teaching this shit as if it's real, when in reality, when you really look at it, it's just fucking theological science. There's no evidence for any of it.
You get rewarded. That's why you get a career, you get a job.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that I didn't go to college, because if I would have went to college and realized how stupid people were in college, I would have got angry. I would have gotten
drunk most time or high on something, one of the two. They're not really learning anything in college. It's more of a social structure if you really boil it down.
I think that probably there's a good portion of people that don't just get drunk and drugged up every weekend. They actually do their homework. But, I know that's
every once in a while you'll run into a real geek.
I think
a lot of the college
that don't drink every day. I think
but I mean, once they dig into like physics and pseudo physics, they'll find out that most of that's
partying and getting drunk on the weekend anyway. It's because you're in school. It doesn't make you stupid just to get drunk, does it?
Well, if you get drunk a lot, you become pretty much pickled. Like your mind doesn't function
during
as fast.
The time when I was doing the heaviest drinking in my lifetime was when I passed most of the fucking parts I had to pass.
Katy Perry in space.
Sorry.
I think a lot of people do believe that things are worse than they really are. Like alcohol.
That's what the media is supposed to do.
There's a lot of things wrong with booze. Booze really isn't that bad for you if you don't overdo it. It's only chronic use of it that causes problems.
Yeah. It's the impurities that are in it that actually clog up your system. That's
what. Everything in moderation, man.
Well, there's also phosphates and there's all this other stuff that they put in the fucking alcohol that makes you sick too, that most people aren't aware of. But trying to convince people of shit like that is like trying to convince them a chemtrail is really a chemtrail. It's like, well, if you're convinced that it's not, then I guess what's the point of me trying to tell you so? You know what I mean? If you think that's natural, then I guess something's wrong with you, because I watched guys for 3 days straight and no chemtrails at all. And then the next day, fucking there's nothing but chemtrails everywhere. That's not normal.
Every day
I'm not exaggerating. Something's not right here. Can't tell me that same temperature both days, but yeah, one day I saw a trail and the next day I didn't. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they've been seeding cloud for a long time, but I
I
mean,
think
they turned into it's an industry, dude.
Before that, just on Saturday and Sunday. Why don't they leave trails on Sunday? Because they don't work on Sunday. That's why. It's that fucking simple.
Okay. I want to play this little short right quick.
Like on Christmas Day, there's never chemtrails, and like on
I don't
Easter,
know.
they don't
I'm not counting.
because everybody's outside looking at the sky, and they don't want.
They're every day here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Where you're at, dude.
Yeah.
I quit watching.
There are days where I look up and I don't see a trail at all, and I think, "Wow, it's beautiful today," and I see natural clouds, and then the next day it's nothing but muck.
I gave up on counting chemtrails when I left California the last time. I
And
started
I'm starting
seeing
to
them
believe
constantly.
these people that claim that this stuff's falling onto us, because I'm starting to find like literally piles of metal shavings all over the fucking place in the backyard, and that shouldn't be here. I don't drill like holes and grind things in the backyard normally, so like there should not be metal shavings everywhere in my yard, but they are. They're
You're
everywhere.
liquefying
Like,
the moisture in the clouds and stuff.
matter of fact, it's
They're
literally
trying to create storms. That's what they're doing when they're testing out what metals
know
they
what they're doing with
charge.
it. But the problem is they don't understand that it literally, some of those chemicals can pass the blood-brain barrier and cause problems in people's DNA and shit. And they know this, but they don't give a fuck. That's the problem that I have. If it didn't cause if it didn't cause cancer and it didn't hurt people, I wouldn't care. I'd let them do it. You know, if it's just smoke or whatever, let them do what they want. But it's not.
They were seeding clouds before that with
firewood, which causes natural clouds to form, and then they spray chemicals that cause cancer into the air instead. And then they tell me that this is logical because I don't know anything about science. Bullshit. They're full of shit. They're just poisoning us because it's fucking cheaper to do it that way. Because if they had to burn logs, it would actually cost money. They'd have to go cut trees down and shit, right? But what do? They outlaw people burning, and then they fucking, to make natural clouds, then they spray shit in the sky. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm
Roll
all
that beautiful beam
anti-chemtrail.
footage.
Logical.
I want to play this short right quick. All right.
And then the people that are spraying it aren't even fucking aware of what they're doing.
He's still gonna go. It's all right.
Because it's true though.
Yeah, we all know that we're all anti-chemtrail. I gave up on counting them because I know they're going to keep doing it anyways until they start passing laws. And the states are passing laws now. Tennessee, I think Mississippi, and I think 2 other states have already passed
laws. Effect though, that protect us.
They are in effect. They
make anything over anybody's country. It's against the fucking law. We made laws about this a long fucking time ago in the 50s and 60s, 40s, wherever the fuck it was.
It's changing now.
We how to make clouds. We made an agreement that we weren't going to fucking use it against each other and not use it on our own countries. But instead, our government decided to do it to its own countries instead.
Well, the people are waking up in the legislations in the states, and they're passing laws again to stop them from doing it. The federal government,
but they deny that anything they do is hurting anybody. When in
no,
reality,
they actually have admitted it. Just recently,
so of course, you can't really prove that they're doing it because it's just some dumbass.
Dude, it's not a great conspiracy anymore. There's a couple of governments who've come out and said they are doing it because people know that.
Finally, but you'd be surprised how many grown-up adults will argue with me because I tell them that's fucking chemical.
You walk away from them, dude, just like you would a troll. I would.
I have to. But I want to punch them in the face because they're fucking ignorant. They literally believe a made-up lie for no fucking reason at all, with no evidence, just because they saw it on the television.
Sounds like the Globe, doesn't it?
Same shit all every day.
Yeah.
They believe that. They believe, even though they've tried for fucking 40 years, they've tried to prove that these things that they claim about medicine are true, but they can't fucking prove it. So what do? They have some other guy come in that doesn't even work on that, and they start making tests for something that doesn't even make any sense. And then they claim that's truth. That makes it true. They're fucking so full of shit up to their eyebrows. It's not even fucking funny.
I know. I got it.
That we tolerate this shit every day.
We're not gonna tolerate it, dude. We're not gonna. The next whatever they got coming out, we're ignoring the living fuck out of it. So here we go. I'm gonna play Katie. Ready?
I wish I could ignore the shit.
Katy Perry in space.
Me too.
You can't make it up anymore. You just can't make it up. So if you didn't watch it, let me fill you in. So you got Katy Perry with some other women. They all look like lizards to me. None of them look nervous. They're meant to be getting shot out into space, and they're all just like dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And then they go in this pod thing, and I'm like, right, okay, let's see what's going on. But there's no cameras inside this pod. We just keep seeing views of this dick-looking dildo space rocket. I want to see the cameras inside, but we're not allowed access to that apparently. And then it starts going up. And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, right, why can't we see inside the thing? Because I want to see Katy Perry sitting there going, and I want to see Oprah Winfrey's best mate going, but no, we're not allowed access into the thing because that would be too hard to fake, wouldn't it? And then it goes up and it goes up and it goes in two, and then they both start coming down. And I'm like, hey, I thought you were meant to go to space, Katy Perry. That's not space. She literally just went really high up and then down again. Katy Perry in space. You can't make it up anymore. You just can't make it up. So if you didn't watch it, let me fill you in.
I like this guy. He's funny. Anyways, I want to round it off, guys.
That's the way all of us should be talking. All of us should be saying the same thing he's saying, because that's what's obvious to everybody. If you look at the evidence, that's what's really happening in the world. The exact opposite of what they tell you is happening. They've got these high-powered computers that can outthink you and outdo you when that's not fucking true. They lie about it. They lie about fucking technology taking over the world. They lie about the internet being fucking powerful and fast. They lie about quantum computers. They lie about invisibility cloaks. They lie about fucking everything, bro. Everything. They just lie. None of it's true.
Well,
they say you the same cell phone technology for the last 30 years. It's the same fucking technology, the same frequencies. All they do is change the fucking patent. That's it. And then they sell it to you as new. And it's not. It's the same shitty ass fucking internet you've been getting your whole fucking life. It's garbage. Just like the satellite people did. All they did was take TV and make you pay for each channel. It's fucking scumbag. Another way to fucking make you pay for something that you should get for free. They're programming us. We should get the programming for free, assholes. Fuck paying for cable.
Program for free?
You want me to watch your garbage and be filled in my mind with it, then you should fucking pay me to fucking watch it. Stupid ass fuckhead. I hate motherfuckers like that. People that put shit like that in that really do those things that hurt people, they fucking deserve to die a slow, miserable death, bro. They don't deserve anything less. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
People that literally hurt other people and just don't give a fuck. Those kind of people should die. They should. They should die.
We're not going to kill them all. No, we just ignore them.
I'm not going to kill them, but I think they shouldn't be on Earth. They should be excommunicated. They should be put them in a rocket and send them to the moon if that's where they want to live. You know what I mean?
Cubby, you back yet?
It could be a one-way ticket to the moon, fucker. You know.
And Cubby's taking a leak. He said he'd be right back.
Does anybody disagree with me that people that cause harm to other people for no reason except they just think it's funny or they just like to make money off of it? Don't you think those people should be annihilated?
I think it's more than just money. I think they just want control over a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, of course. It's never really about money. Love for money is actually the problem.
Money is control.
They trick us to fall in love with the money, and then they use the money against us. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
If we all just didn't go to work tomorrow morning, the whole world would shut down, and we'd have control again. There would be no more government.
No, but then it would be
everybody's scared to death. One day without electricity would kill you. It wouldn't.
But you still have to have some kind of standards to run things. You still have to have
we could all go a week without anything and be just fine. Trust me, we wouldn't starve to death in a week. No one would.
Oh, I'm talking about starving.
If everything got shut down and we had nothing for a week, would do us the best. That'd be the best thing that ever happened to people. It would be the best thing that ever happened to you, because then you'd be forced to fucking be human beings again. Stop fucking watching your phones and watching television and believing garbage, filling your head with hate and anger and strife and shit that doesn't even exist. It's just made up stories.
Yeah, but some of it's entertaining, and people get hooked on that crap too.
It's not
especially the entertainment part of it.
But then
you
what
want
would
to
I
see
do?
other people do shit.
What's entertaining about it?
Some people are entertained by it. Yeah.
But the stories aren't even real. They fake all of it.
Used to that.
They say that they're drug addicts, and it's all bullshit. It's just a story. They're playing a part. None of it's real. None of it.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not entertained by it anymore. What's entertaining about it? It's stupid. It's meaningless.
Well, you're weaned on that stuff as it goes. That's why a lot of people still fall into it.
And it makes me angry that I spent all that time and energy, and it's worthless. It means that when I go to heaven, God's not going to give a fuck that I watched all those movies and that I have all that memory of it. He's not going to give a shit about it. You know what I mean?
Nobody's making you do it, neither.
But you see my point. I wasted all that time for nothing. And yes, it does bother me.
Well, time isn't exactly it's a commodity to a lot of these people, and if they can get you sucked into something for a couple hours a day and then try to sell you a product that you don't need, they'll do it, dude. You know, it's so simple.
Yeah, and sometimes when they do it just right, I'll even fall for it. They like today, I bought a warranty for something that I probably didn't need, but he convinced me. He talked me into it, and he was genuine about it.
Oh, you fell for one of those scams?
I paid
Dude,
$40.
I never paid for one.
If I need another alignment, I get one for free, but I may not need that because I've never had an alignment done on any of my cars before until now. So, I mean, I've literally had lots of cars and put many, many hundreds of thousands of miles on them and never had to fucking get my car alignment done. Never. Not once.
Well, I've had one alignment done in 50 years, dude. You know,
but
literally.
I think what it was is that the vehicles that they used to make didn't come out of alignment. They lasted. They were made out of steel and iron and shit. Now they're all made out of plastic and rubber. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Well, there's a lot of things wrong with people, dude. But I'm not going to go into a list or anything.
Over and over and over again. So you could take a steel frame and melt it down and make another car out of it. But you can't do that with plastic and all the other garbage they make cars out of, can you? No. It's all garbage when you're done with it. You can use it for, like, you can put it out in the roadway and use it for like bark instead, but that's really the only use you can use it for.
Somebody pissing your Cheerios, Ryan?
They do all the time, dude.
No, it's just like things get to me like after a week or so, and then it starts flying.
I got you. No, I understand that totally. That's why what was it, last weekend? I think I took the whole weekend off of the internet. From time to time I do that because I just, yeah. I know what you're saying.
I do it too. That sometimes I won't come in for like 2 or 3 days. Because I think usually I'll do it whenever the subject is about things that I'm just not interested in. Like Duffy, I don't have any fucking.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
No dust with that motherfucker. You know what I mean? If another one of my friends makes another video with his fucking face on, I'm gonna fucking scream. I swear to God, I'm gonna literally go on the live stream and scream out loud. Why the fuck are we watching this motherfucker still?
We're not.
Like, I told you guys when we first saw him, the first day we saw him, I said, this motherfucker's a lying shill piece of shit, and he's only gonna be trouble. We should just fucking not let him on the show and just ignore the son of a bitch. And no one listened to me. It's like, God damn it, you fuckers, why didn't you listen?
But we put him to it, dude. We actually did.
Now we've been talking about this motherfucker for 9 months, and no one wants to stop talking about it.
It's not about Duffy. It's about.
I know it's not, but his face is all over it, and it fucking makes me angry that he's dumbass, is fucking winging it, and he's not even doing a good job, but he's still getting away with it. It fucking makes me angry.
He's not getting away with it now, dude.
Yes,
we put him. Was it to like the average Joe that has never even heard of him? Go ask somebody on the street if they've heard of the Final Experiment, dude. Go ahead. You won't find any of them.
Well, to an extent, I see that drama is content, so I understand why people they can stir it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, I get it. If everybody else is talking about it and then I don't, then I can get why you get frustrated. It's like, well, if everybody else is talking about it, why can't you at least talk about it? Well, yeah, I could, but then I'm just filling your head full of shit because everything that guy says is a lie. And I know that. There's nothing that he says, not one word of it is going to be good for you or edifying in any way. So why waste your fucking time? And it makes me mad when people won't listen to me. When I know damn well that's the best thing we should do is just fucking communicate the son of a bitch and not talk to him. Because he's only going to talk a bunch of shit and make us all look stupid. And that's exactly what he did. And he got away with it because we didn't do that thing. We didn't just tell him to fuck off and just ignore him.
Well, the thing is that now we're making him look stupid, dude.
Oh, yes, we did, but we're also giving him fucking energy.
Well, he is dying out as it's going.
Look at
his documentary's coming out.
Life we've done wasting on this fucking asshole for something he didn't even fucking do right. right?
Well, we were there to watch him fuck up so we could point it out to everybody.
And it was a fucking pain in the ass all the way through. Listening to him complain, "Oh, you guys are just fucking saying that we wouldn't do that to you." Sure, you wouldn't. Fucking bad. It's like, you know, you don't invite a clown to a fucking, a wedding, right? Because clowns aren't appropriate. You know, the clown will be entertaining for the kids, but you know, by golly, most people are gonna be like, "Why the fuck is the clown here?" You know, like. Is something
Some
wrong?
clowns are worth having. Depends on who it
But
is.
you know what I mean.
If you like clowns.
It's not a natural thing. So when somebody does something that's out of context, it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck is their brain going? Like, what is their mind going through that makes them want to revisit something that they know is complete horseshit and then keep giving energy to it? I don't know. But I think it's just fucking ignorant. Stubborn and ignorant.
When was the last time we talked to Duffy? When was the last time he came on?
Look at it again. So what? He already looks bad. He was a liar from the beginning. Nothing's changed. He's still a fucking liar.
Well, the thing is, he comes back and he keeps making like he's got more proof, more claims, and we just pull them apart as he brings them.
But he brings the same arguments that don't make any sense in the fucking conversation anyway in the first place. Because he's not reading all that science. He's getting his information from fucking McToon, just like everybody else does.
Yeah, he's in that group, and they're gonna put him on the speaker.
And he writes all their fucking shit for him.
Just wait till end of December this year. You'll never hear anything else about that son of a bitch when I get done.
Oh, I'm sure I'll have to hear a whole another fucking 6 months of it after you come back.
Yeah, but Duffy's gonna review.
How this is how he faked this, and this is how I'm gonna have to listen to it all for another 6 fucking years, dude.
6 years?
It's never going to end because some people still think that people actually believe what that stupid fuck says, but they really don't. Normal people don't listen to that piece of shit. Only his fucking fake cronies do.
Well, I mean, for the majority, if you go out and ask anybody on the street, nobody knows who Will Duffy is. It's just kind of within this little sphere realm. I shouldn't use that word, but yeah.
INS is, or probably anybody else in this room or in the FE community. Most people don't know who we are.
Well, and more people know people like Nathan Oakley because he got a stint on Vice TV, and he got popular real fast.
Okay, so what?
He gave Flat Earth a voice.
Does you a better Flat Earther, or does that make you more true and right?
No, it doesn't. It's just it got the argument out there for the populace to see.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's writing a book. He's not really pushing anything else.
Good for him.
He's documented a book of proofs. That way that if
we were all smart, we'd move the fuck on and we'd go work on something else that's more important. That's what I would do.
Well, he's in England. They're all politically charged. There's nothing that's you can do unless you get involved in the politics of it.
No, I'm not going to get involved in politics because it's a bunch of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of
a lot of our global proponents
people who think they're better than everybody else, so they go around pretending like they are. And instead, all they do is fucking make everybody's life miserable because they're doing evil, wicked shit to try to make that real. Try to prove it to themselves all the time. It's fucking stupid and ignorant and stubborn. And I know it because I do it all the time. So I know it's wrong.
All right. So let's close it off, guys. You ready? Say good night to everybody. We've been on almost 2 hours. I want to play the video.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for stopping by and hear
good night,
Ryan.
Good night, Cubby.
No, it's good. Good night, guys.
All right. I'm going to play us out, so you're going to like it.
I'll be here, so.
Okay, now I'm not hawking up a lung. Now I can take another hit.
And maybe you can ramble for another hour or two.
Make sure it's Nico this time.
Yep.
Obviously, that last hit really did the job, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I get diarrhea every time, man. Some shit works.
Diarrhea? I'm right.
Yeah, diarrhea of the mouth, when you can't shut up.
Oh, okay.
You can't shut up. Yeah, diarrhea of the mouth. Sorry.
Here we go.
It's kind of a gross way to explain it. Oh, that's good.
near, no glow to see. It's crystal clear, the horizon straight. Just look around, the sun and moon in perfect sound. No spin, no tilt, just time flies by. Star sense above, across the sky. We're on the ground, we're standing still. Reality hits, let's feel the thrill. No curve to see, just stars in sight. All in all day, here on the firmament. Lift your voice, let it resound. The truth will prevail, it won't steer us wrong. Lift your voice, let it resound. The truth will prevail, it won't steer us wrong.
He makes a good cartoon character, doesn't he?
Gods above, just past the veil. Firmament high, we will not fail. Jesus reigns, the King of Kings. In his hands, the peace he brings. He's the light, the truth our guide. In this flat earth, we'll take pride. Lift your voice, let it resound. The truth will prevail, it won't steer us wrong, 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 wrong.
It's Gandalf.
That was one ugly bitch.
Is that supposed to be Jesus or is that supposed to be Duff here?
No, that's David Banner.
No tilt.
David Banner, or is it me?
I guess it does sound
That's the other one.
I guess it does sound
Stars
like
dance across
I gotta hand it to
the sky.
DJ. He imagination.
Who's that girl? That's supposed to be
It's one of the TikTok girls. That's you right there. You
I know that's me.
Across the sky.
Jedi. Yeah, there I am. There's DJ. That's DJ. It's in the awesome what's that? You know who those people are.
That's the thing.
There's your guy.
Ryan, you're real muffled, dude. Speaking of chemtrails,
Trigger warning.
that's supposed to be RV. That's David Banner, aka Bruce Banner. Mikey his video though. It's all about the firmament.
I don't know.
And there's Vlad.
I'm jealous, Vlad.
And that's supposed to be Barry Ross, aka Baza. And that's Barbara, which I can't get a hold of her.
That's
The end.
That part was
Great
creepy.
little video.
Like two people that don't. Well, one person that does exist and one person that doesn't dance on each other. Just weird to me.
Well, that's supposed to be Barry Ross, Baza.
What? I know who it's supposed to be, but that's not what he looks like. So, you know, it is funny though, like seeing that silly guy with the fucking afro that used to paint all the time on TV.
Bob Ross.
Yeah,
Bob Ross. Yeah.
I can't find my purse.
And I swear, Bob Ross looks like a guy you want to hug when you first meet him. Like, just the way he looks like you want to hug him like a big daddy or something. He's one of those kind of creepy people that probably could get people to do anything he wanted to, you know, because he has that smile and that look to him that makes you want to do stuff, makes you want to believe in him or something.
I want to see David Banner switch into the Hulk.
It's Bruce Banner, not David Banner. But yeah,
well,
David
I
Banner.
know the picture.
It'd be funny. Yeah, I know. He did care and be like that. Well, I want to get off here, guys.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. All right. Enjoyed your company. I really did. All right.
I enjoyed
I'll see you over on Flats probably tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night, Ryan.